Well, everyone, there we go. False start. It was on mute. False start. Welcome to the watch along for the quarter-final draw and the semi-final draw of the Europa League. I'll be joined by Charlie in a minute or so. Anyway, we've got the teams that's involved in the draw along the bottom there. This is exciting. West Ham in the quarter-finals of the Europa League. I'm not going to lie. I just randomly giggle now and again today, just the thought that West Ham are in the quarter-final draw and the semi-final draw today for the Europa League. It's mental. It's absolute madness. Anyway, there's the team. So coming up, we've got West Ham United, Rangers, Barcelona, Lyon, RB Leipzig, Frankfurt. I've spelled that wrong. Frankfurt, Braga, and Atalanta. They're all in the draw. We can get any one of those 7 teams. I've got the details here. So the games will be played on the 7th and 14th of April. The team that's first out will play at home first in the first leg. So the 7th of April, if West Ham come out first, our home game will be on the 7th of April. If, say, Lyon come out followed by West Ham and we'll play Lyon, we will be away in the first leg, which I think is important. I'd like to be at home for the second leg, to be honest with you. I want the same again. I don't think I could enjoy... You can't enjoy the first leg as much at home, can you? Because even if you win, you can celebrate the win, but you can't celebrate being in the next round. Whereas last night, it was do or die, weren't it? It was we were through or we're out. Happy days. And just to confirm, Gonzo is still alive. I've just done the Tottenham preview with him. Couldn't do the player ratings with him because he doesn't remember anything from the game. But he's going to be watching the draw and then doing a video for the forum channel. Just probably about how he doesn't remember the game and he's happy with who we've got. How you doing, Charlie?
I'm good. I don't quite believe you when you say you're still alive. After watching the video yesterday, I remember we spoke on the phone after and you were like, have you seen the video? And the only bit I'd seen at that point is the bit where you ask him, does he have any final thoughts? And he goes, I'm going to go pee. And I was like, I don't know if Gonzo's going to make it. I don't know if he's going to make it home. I'm not going to lie. So I don't know if I quite believe you.
Man.
Well, yeah, always helps. Yeah, I'm all right. I'm excited. Gee, I don't know if you know this, right? Because you were at the game yesterday, but we made it to the quarterfinals of the Europa League.
It's mental. Absolutely mental.
I still can't believe it.
It is crazy. We are literally 2 games at London Stadium away from the final of the Europa League.
I can't believe it.
I'm going to make you get the stream ready, Charlie, if you don't mind. And
yes,
I'll just get you to read out the teams that come out. I'm not going to put a stream on. You were ahead of me last time. So I'll leave it to you. Is there anyone you're hoping to get or hoping to avoid, Charlie? The teams are on your screen there in the last 16. Also, in the live chat, let us know who you are hoping West Ham get in the quarterfinal of the Europa League.
I think it's... I think you can make the argument it's as easy as... I think it depends on what you want, right? I think it's easy as this. You say if you want the easiest draw, footballing-wise, you're probably wanting Braga. I think if you're wanting the sort of the atmosphere draw, the one which will be the most insane in terms of just fiery atmosphere, you're wanting Rangers. And if you're wanting the prestige tie, you're probably wanting Barcelona, right? I think that's probably the easiest way to break it down. And I can't lie to you, I've been saying it literally since I remember when we first got into the tournament and people were like, who do you hope we draw? I was like, I want Barcelona. I am desperate for Barcelona. I want to see West Ham versus Barcelona at the new camp in an actual competitive fixture, not a preseason friendly like Notts County or whoever's gone and done it before there. No, I'm talking an actual competitive fixture, and I still want it. Not to be fair, I do also still think we could beat Barcelona, but which is an insane statement I've just said out loud, and it could be because I've just woken up. But I still think we could beat Barcelona, but. That's the one I want. I'm desperate. I'm desperate for it, Geo. I really want it.
I'm honestly not that bothered. I will happily take on any of them.
Sure.
In the last round, Sevilla was the only one I feared. We've knocked them out. But there's some good teams in there. It will be tough if we get the likes of Lyon or Barca. Obviously, it will be a tough game, but I'd still fancy us, to be honest with you. I would still fancy us. I'd fancy us to beat any of these teams. Who do I want? I want Rangers for... I want the Battle of Britain. I want that game. I think the atmosphere would be incredible. Not just the fact it's a Europa League quarter-final, but it's the fact it's West Ham against Rangers in a competitive game. I think the atmosphere would be insane. So Rangers for me. But I'm happy with whoever we get, to be honest with you. It's meant looking at those teams, right? Yeah, I know you could sort of dismiss Bragg if you wanted to be football snobby, if you like, but we've just seen Sevilla at the London Stadium. We will see one of these teams at the London Stadium as well, like proper European teams: Rangers, Barca, Lyon, Leipzig, Frankfurt, Sporting Braga, Atalanta. These are proper European pedigree teams, and we're going to play one of them at the London Stadium, which is just
It's crazy.
insane.
I mean, you were there last night, right? So I wasn't fortunate enough. Obviously, I did the watch along, right? You were actually there, and I know you spoke about in the video. You were talking about the atmosphere, and everyone who's been there was talking about the atmosphere, and you could tell, especially towards the beginning of the game, just how loud and how boisterous it was. But how different did that feel compared to a usual London Stadium game? Let's say
it was like an in-body experience. Like, it's the first time I think since we've moved. Maybe 20 minutes before kickoff, maybe half an hour before kickoff, we left the boats. You could hear the crowd from inside the ground, like well over half an hour before the game. I've never heard that before, where it's that noisy before the game. It was just, everything was, you could tell you were heading into what was going to be an exceptional evening. The atmosphere was building. You know, we got to Stratford, I don't know, about 2:30, 3 o'clock. Loads of West Ham fans wandering around and stuff. I mean, this is 6 hours for kickoff, nearly 5.5 hours for kickoff, and people are walking around the place getting ready for it. It's by far the best atmosphere. It's up there. There's 3 atmospheres that stand out for me with West Ham now. So there's that one last night, the last ever game at the Bowling Ground, in the second leg against Ipswich in the playoff semi-finals. You know, those 3, that was special last night. Honestly, I couldn't believe how noisy the crowd was. Honestly, it sounds weird, but you could almost feel the atmosphere. Like, it was almost like it was a physical thing you could touch. So
it did appear, and when I was watching it, it did look like there were more people in earlier than usual, if you know what I mean, because it was such a big occasion. Like, I don't know, there was something about, and again, you probably didn't see it because you were at the game. So why the hell would you have noticed this? But even the coverage, obviously BT Sport have been using Joe Cole and Carlton Cole, which is a great little thing anyway, because it's Joe Cole and Carlton Cole. But Steve McManaman, who was doing the commentary, even he was so heavily invested in West Ham winning that game and getting through that game. When the Thomas Souček headed, the one where Dawson headed it, then Souček came in, dived and headed it. It's like he literally was like, "Oh my God, West! Oh, they're so close to do." Like he was incredibly invested. It felt like all of a sudden there was just this one thing where sort of everyone came together in this big sort of moment of euphoria. I mean, it was incredible to watch. It really was. And then you could see the review when me and young Tom did the review, and I start hosting it, and I'm literally just like, I mean, okay, that's happened. I guess it just didn't feel. I don't know. It still almost doesn't feel real. Like how it all came together. Last game at Upton Park-esque, just something where it's almost you almost can't write it.
Yeah, I said to people last night, and obviously people were saying you're a bit confident for this game. I said, yeah. People were saying they're nervous. I was like, I'm genuinely not nervous in the slightest. I had no nerves last night. There's not that many things that are inevitable in life, but this last night had the feeling of the last ever game at the Bowling Ground where a win was inevitable. What was the score going to be? I don't know. Who was going to score? I don't know. But we were winning. We were winning last night. There was just nothing else happening except West Ham winning. It was just inevitable. It was just.
So to recap, because I've seen one or two people saying it.
Yes,
the person who comes out first, they're going to be playing at home first, right? That's what you said?
Yes.
Okay. Mate, it's the quarterfinal and semi-finals of the Europa League draw.
I want to be drawing. I want to be drawing either 2nd or 4th or 6th or 8th. I want the second leg at home. I want that second tie at home. Yeah. Of course, it'll still be special. The first one being at home, it'll still be special. There's almost like a limit. You cannot. I don't think you could reach last night's level of celebrations again if we're at home for the first leg. We can celebrate the win, but that's it. The job's only half done.
So the first name is coming out.
Or something.
Yeah, that's very fair. The first name is coming out. Pollock is doing the draw once more, and first name is RB Leipzig.
Okay, RB Leipzig.
Quarterfinal number 1 at home. RB Leipzig. who is next out the pot. He takes them, he puts them into the weird little bin hole they have in the desk that's only going to be used for this one situation ever.
Come on.
I like the way they do this more. I like the little pots they have. It's just fun for me.
Yeah. I think. By the way, the reason they're doing the quarters and the semis at once is you're not really going to set up an event just for drawing 4 teams in the Europa League, are you? It's not quite the same.
Very good point. And next up against them is Atalanta. That's a fair point. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. I never even thought about that until this exact moment in time.
It's fine. No,
658 watching, 65 likes. We can get there. Let's stop. Listen, the watch along last night was insane. I've checked it this morning. I checked it before I went to bed this morning, and it was at 1.2k by that point. 1.2k people like that video. So let's get flying. Let's go, people. Let's go. Big place. At Leipzig versus Atalanta, the first 2 teams out. The next one out, playing at home first, is Eintracht Frankfurt.
I want that. I'll be okay with that. I think that would be a tie. I massively fancy this for.
Yeah, I'm
okay with this one.
I can see that.
They'll turn up and say, "Oh, Dave, mate, you still owes money for Sebastian Haller. You missed them payments."
Yeah. Where's the money, mate? Where's the money?
Where's the money, Dave?
Eintracht Frankfurt will face FC Barcelona. Barcelona. In the words of David Tennant, Barcelona. Oi, Sullivan. Oi, where's the money, mate? Just walks out into it'd be a beautiful scene.
All right, okay. So we're not getting Barca. That's okay.
That's fine.
But we can still get Braga and Rangers. This is good.
That's a good point.
This is good. So the chance of getting Rangers is now 1, 2, 3. So we've got 1 in 3 chance of getting Rangers. Hello.
There you go.
Now we're talking.
Hello. Next team out first is West Ham United.
Oh no! Now we're at home for the first leg. Gutted. Not the end of the world, but gutted.
Not ideal.
Yeah, I was hoping to avoid that because I've got on the Tuesday night and we see Sam Fender in Newcastle. So good. It's just a bit of a nuisance. Why is this always happening? I'll go to Cheltenham on Tuesday. West Ham at home.
Mm-hmm.
I was hoping for anyway.
And they will face Olympique Lyonnais. West Ham United versus Lyon is the quarter-final draw. But there will also be the semi-final draw, so stick around because we'll see if we beat Lyon, who will be going through next. But we have got Lyon, which out of the 3 left is not the easiest one and not the most fun one. But I can't lie, I do love Lyon a little bit. I do. There's something about Lyon. I've always loved them. Juninho. I'm excited for that draw. Just in case you're interested, Braga will be hosting the first leg at home against Rangers in the quarterfinals. Lyon in the quarters. How are you feeling? How are you vibing?
It's tough, isn't it? It's a tough game. I don't fear anyone at the minute, though, Charlie, because of last night. I feel invincible. I feel like whatever, bring it on. But it's a tough draw. It is a tough draw.
It is a very difficult draw.
Yes. I think my favourites.
Yeah, I low key think we probably would be as well. I shouldn't say that. That's an insane thing to say, but I low key think we would be as well.
It's tough, but it's I don't. When we got drawn against Sevilla, my heart sank a little bit. My heart did think, "Fucker, this is tough. This is tough." I don't have that feeling. Would have preferred other teams other than Lyon. They were one of the ones that you look at and you wince a little bit. But do you know something? After last night, we can't fear them. We can't fear anyone. It is what it is. It's a good draw. I think there's better teams left than them, but I think there's a lot worse teams left than them as well.
Yeah,
I'm more gutted. I'm more disappointed to be at home in the first leg than I am about who we're playing.
Teams. I can see what you're saying. They're starting the semi-final draw now. So ours is quarterfinal 3. So we want quarterfinal 3, ideally second in this case again. So the winners of quarterfinal 1, so that's Leipzig versus Atalanta, will be playing at home in the first leg of the semi-final against... I mean, difficulty-wise, maybe you're wanting this. I don't know. No, not really. You'd probably want the Braga one still. Against the winners of quarter-final 4. Quarter-final 4, which is, of course, the Braga versus Rangers. Okay, Leipzig versus Atalanta versus Braga or Rangers, which means in the semi-final, should we make it, we will be facing Frankfurt or Barcelona. It just matters which way round it is. Will we be at home first or will we be away first? They pull the ball out, they open it, they all look the same apart from the final number, and I can't see it. Winners of quarter-final 3. So if we make it through to the semi-finals, if we beat Lyon, we will be at home in the first leg of the semi-final against either Frankfurt or Barcelona, whoever wins that game. Which means, conceivably, we could have, if we make it there, a semi-final where we need to beat Barcelona at the Nou Camp to make it to the final.
Massive. This is massive. We play Lyon and potentially play Barcelona in the semi-final of the Europa League and then go on to play Leipzig or Rangers in the final.
West Ham Rangers.
This is mental. This is mental. This is mental. This is almost like pinch yourself stuff. This we are playing Lyon, followed by possibly playing Barcelona if we get through and they get through. Listen, opposition. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with playing Lyon. I'm confident about beating Lyon. I'm fine with playing Barcelona. I'm confident about beating Barcelona or Braga, which sounds mental, but I am confident, Charlie. Playing at home, in the first leg of each tie is the thing that more disappointed and concerns me more. That concerns me more than who we're actually up against. I think home advantage in European football this season is ridiculous because of the no away goal rule. I think playing at home in the second leg is massive. So that's a bit of a hindrance. However, we're playing Lyon, followed by possibly Barcelona. Is this a dream? Like, this is mental. This is mental. But this is... What an occasion for West Ham United. What progress. 2 years ago, we were in a relegation battle, and we're sitting here disappointed that we're drawing at home in the first tie of the quarterfinals of the Europa League. You know, this is... Wow.
It's insane to think about. It's insane to think about. And two European... And like some European giants as well. Proper year, like you were talking about, like don't get me wrong, that's not to say Rangers aren't, that's not to say a couple of those teams aren't, but Lyon, I think back to when I was young, seeing Janino, like seeing all of these incredible players playing for them. Barcelona, obviously Barcelona, and obviously we're going up against them. Lyon, weirdly, and this probably shouldn't be the case, is the team I'm more scared of. And it shouldn't be the case. And actually, maybe there's an argument to be said potentially by the semi-finals, Barcelona will be a different vibe, will be a different team to face, because you face them in the quarters, maybe there's still a vibe for them where they maybe try and prioritize the league, maybe try and take Sevilla off second, maybe try and fight for that. Whereas by the semi-finals, they're going, right, we're, like you say, one win at the Nou Camp away from getting to a final here, and all of a sudden that's a European trophy. It's not to be sniffed at. So maybe by that time, I should be more scared of Barcelona than I am, which again, if there's someone from Barcelona chat watching here, I don't take it offensively. I'm talking out my backside. I don't know what I'm saying. I've got blood rush to the head because of the dizzying heights of the quarterfinals of the Europa Leagues. But yeah, do you know what? Part of me, like you say, part of me is a bit trepidatious with the draw. Could have been better for us. Like, being honest, could have been a better draw for us. We could have gone second each time. It could have been someone else. Could have been someone easier, like Braga or whatever. But brother, it's Lyon and Barcelona. It's Lyon and Barcelona in the quarterfinals and semi-finals of the Europa League. I can't be upset by that. I cannot be upset by that at all.
I'm not scared about Lyon. Like I said, when we got drawn out against Sevilla, my heart sank a little bit and I feared the worst. We got drawn against Lyon, unfazed, confident. I expect us to be in the semi-final. Perhaps, I know people say I'm getting a bit carried away and stuff. I don't really care. They said that last night, and we went through. I was right last night, and I'm going to be right again. We will put Lyon out. I'm not worried about this. Lyon side, they're not doing very well domestically, are they? Mid-table in their league, so that's got to be a barometer of to how good they're doing this season. When the answer is not very. We put the best team out of the competition last night. I stand by it. Sevilla were the best team in this competition remaining.
Yeah, I would agree.
I stand by that. We put them out. So we have to be one of the favourites to go on and win this. We should be one of the favourites, deserve to be. I think we are the favourite to go on and win it, in my opinion. You're looking at that. Yes, there's some top teams there. Like there's some top players playing in this competition. But we have some of those players. We are one of those teams. I would argue you can make an argument that Declan Rice is the best player in the Europa League.
I was going to ask how you would feel about how you think they're feeling during us in that sense.
They don't want us. Nobody wants us. We're the team to avoid. We won't be the only fan base that thinks prior to the last 16 commencing, everybody else would have wanted to avoid Sevilla as well. Everybody would have thought, oh, we don't want that Sevilla team, please. Thank you very much. They've got drawn against us and we've put them out. They must be looking at us thinking, no, thank you. We do not want that West Ham team. They've just put out Sevilla. We do not. They're sitting 6th in the Premier League. This is not a thing. This is not to be sniffed at. We are the team. We were the team to avoid in that draw. 100%. We were the team to avoid.
It's weird because I'm doing a thing. You know what I'm like? I usually speak my head more than my heart most of the time, right?
Yeah.
And I'm my head's like running like 1,000 miles an hour. I'm like Lyon, they're mid-table, so maybe they feel like this is their best chance to get Europe again next season. So they're going to go all out for this as opposed to in the league. So that's going to be difficult. But then my brain goes, whoosh, bro, we're in the quarterfinals of the Europa League, and we're facing a team that you used to use on FIFA because they had some cool players. You know what I mean? Like, and then like, when you're a kid, and then I'm like, oh my god, okay, we're facing Barcelona. That's a difficult tie because semi-final they might want to go to get some trophy this season, which after a bad season, oh my god, you're in the semi-finals. It's Barcelona. Like every single time it happens, it just like comes full force, whips back around into just insane hype territory.
It wasn't that good. It wasn't that long ago. Lyon were in the Champions League final. They put Man City out in the semi-final, if I'm not wrong. I think they put Man City out in the semi-final of the Champions League. They got there. But at the end of the day, one of their best players, Marcel, went to join Wolves and he struggled massively. I don't fear Lyon in the slightest. I respect them. It will be a hard game. Of course it will be. But we're in the quarterfinal of the Europa League. There's no easy game left there. You don't get this far, then pull an opposition, which is easy. The easy teams went out in the last leg. They're gone now. Anyone like Red Star Belgrade, any sort of teams left that were probably punching above their weight being in the competition this far, they've been eliminated now. We're through. We saw some top teams in the last round go up, not just Sevilla. We've seen the likes of Real Betis get knocked out too. So there's some top teams gone out. Those 8 that's left are there on merit. They're good teams. But you've got to fancy West Ham. We have to fancy us. Barcelona will struggle against Frankfurt. It won't be the easiest tie for them. I know they've looked a hell of a lot better since Xavi's gone back in there. Barcelona look like a force again. But I don't care. I really don't care. I'm glad we've avoided Barcelona for the quarterfinals. I want them to get knocked out. I want to play Frankfurt in the semi. I don't want to play Barcelona in the semi-final. I want to play Frankfurt because I think we've got a greater chance of beating them. I want to win this. I don't want prestigious ties. I don't want glamour ties. Saying that, I want Rangers, but that's because I think we could beat them as well. But I don't want the romantic fairy tale, if you like. The most romantic thing about this competition would be to win the bloody thing. I want to win the bloody thing. I want the easiest route there. But I could not. This draw was always going to be better for me because Sevilla, we've knocked the best team in the competition now. Like I said, my hesitation isn't the opposition. It's playing at home in the first leg and then doing it again in the semi-finals. I think we've got a bit of a rough deal there, to be honest with you. Same with Leipzig. Us and Leipzig are the only 2 teams that will be playing at home in the quarters and the semi-finals should we get through. So it's a bit of a rough one. But it is what it is. You can have some advantages doing that, but I'm happy. I'm happy, Charlie. Just quickly, we've got the stuff up on the thing. Just so people know, the game at the London Stadium will be on the 7th of April. And the game away in France will be on the 14th of April the following week. So 7th of April, European football, London Stadium, West Ham United against Lyon in the quarter-final of the Europa League. Mental. Absolutely mental.
We saw En-Nesyri in this round. Now we get to see Moussa Dembele.
Just quickly as well, a couple of things. Frank saying that Lyon fans see it's a big threat. They're saying that on their Twitter. Jamie's saying that like their fan channels, White Rangers, are not happy to have West Ham. We are the team to avoid. We're 100% the team to avoid in this one. It's unbelievable.
Mate, come on, let's go. Right. Let's go.
Should we end it here, Mr. Walsh?
Yeah, I'm hyped. I'm excited. Geo, it's the Europa League. It's happening, and it'll be live, of course, here on Hammers Chat the entire way. Let's go.
Hey,
let's go.
Quarterfinals.
Leon, bring it. Let's go. Who are they even? Who are they? Not interested. Where are you? Not interested. 300. Let's go.
360 minutes to get to the final of the Europa League. 360 minutes. 4 games of football.
Oh my God.
4 games of football. I'm gonna end it on this one, Muddy. If only we had strengthened in January. Mate, if we had strengthened in January, we would not have had Andre Yarmolenko against Aston Villa or Sevilla. That's all I'm gonna say. I think we should have strengthened, but Yarmolenko's become a hero in the last couple of games. He would not have played had we signed a striker in January. Mental how it works out, isn't it? Mental. So this is the dream.
Crazy.
This is the dream, Danny, for me. West Ham Rangers in the final. That would be the dream. But anyway, we've got to beat Lyon first. My early thoughts are, Charlie, that we will.
Pride before a fall, Icarus and all that. That's fine. Who's heard of Icarus before? No, never heard of him, mate. We're smashing them. We're on the way. We're massive. Let's go. Come on. Big plays.
Right. We're going to disappear. You've made it this far. If you've enjoyed the video, do drop a like on it. We'd appreciate it a lot. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. We've had a few more subscribers over the last few days. Nice little morale boost for us. We've got the Spurs preview tonight. We play Tottenham on Sunday. So we've just done a draw for the European football this season. On Sunday, it's about qualifying for European football next season. Again, what's happening at West Ham? Anyway, that Spurs preview later tonight. Myself and Charlie and Gonzo. I'll catch you in a bit.